Morning hasn't broken the city's hush yet. A faint notice circles the wheel's center while a light touch on the pedal hides a changing pulse. The streets are familiar, short straights, tight bends, then quiet again. Yet today the route speaks in a different tone. High seating slows decisions, and the rhythm ahead measures itself without urging. As an opening forms near the edge of town, a question rises. What waits beneath this calm layer? The road stretches and a second voice throws a shadow, drawing close without naming itself. A brief impulse appears, retreats, and leaves a trace only fingers can read. The knot is forming, but not ready to loosen. Perhaps the beginning of the answer's already here. Chevrolet Trailblazer 2026. Hold the thread, let the sequence repeat until its shape grows clear. Nothing is announced, only the outline of the next step shows, near enough to touch and still unwilling to speak. The wind changes pitch outside the city, yet the cabin keeps time. Light break at entry, a fine correction inside, a short, full exit. Repeated, the order returns exactly, as if an unseen mechanism arrives before anyone else. When the front passenger seat folds to welcome a long parcel, usefulness whispers that value is not a column of numbers, but a feeling in motion. Eyes read the surface. Fingertips read the wheel's tiny tug. The pedal answers before doubt gathers. Sometimes one invisible thread ties the clues together, visible only while moving in sequence. Far ahead, a passing window appears, then fades. You keep the question. At what moment will the impulse rising from quiet say its name? For now, the signs remain soft, reserved for careful listeners. Your focus settles on a phrase that refuses to hurry. 2026 Trailblazer. It measures your patience while the road prepares another trial that looks ordinary, until it isn't. On the highway straight, everything looks programmed. Sound down low, body settled, wheel centered. A left lane opening asks for a quick decision. Your foot touches the pedal and the moment gains weight. It doesn't linger. Short, complete, controlled, and the scene reassembles as if nothing happened. When the same order returns each time, the trait is stable. A readable tug at the hub, a clean step from the transmission, no drama behind you. Long mile calm and brief bursts share the same frame, with passengers undisturbed. Even when thoughts drift, the second voice chooses its timing. Perhaps the value of distance is just this, trusting the sequence without knowing when the push or the hush will arrive. Names still keep quiet. One term loops through your mind, Trailblazer 2026, stealing attention during the mildest mile, reminding your fingers not to miss small notices. Often the clearest mark appears in the quietest instant, closer now than a minute ago. Errands carry you past the neighborhood. The cargo space proves its point as the rear folds and the front passenger seat lays flat for long items. Yet value isn't written only on spec sheets. It's readable in motion. Calm at entry, fine work within, brief push on exit. When that order holds, something is shaping the rhythm. Each clue seems stitched by an invisible thread. Simple choices bring large comfort. Hands rest steady on the hub. The pedal answers a light touch in measured tone. Nothing is declared, you just follow where agility born from quiet intends to go. Doubt is welcome. Waiting teaches more than rushing. Your gaze lands on a line, and you wonder where 2026 Chevy Trailblazer review leads next. A bend approaches. The lane narrows with no cause for panic. The unseen mechanism feels like a gentle warning, saving its name for the last second when the quiet finally makes sense. Spends arrive in sequence. Quiet at the entry, a subtle tweak inside, a short, full exit. If the line repeats the same, chance is not in charge. Mechanics are. Add weight, fill the cabin, and the order still returns. The view stays high, fatigue thins. It feels as if rhythm looks after you. When bends end, a long straight arrives and silence fills in, not as absence but as structure. Answers form without hurry. When to push, when to pause. Every clue gathers in one place, yet the curtain refuses to lift. You see steps returning in the same order, and sense the picture nearing completion. The perspective settles on a single name, 2026 Chevrolet Trailblazer Review. A decision draws near like distant street noise, never rushing you, never letting you drift away. Each bend completes a sentence. Each straight becomes a comma. The last word waits a few frames ahead, while the lines pull tighter together. At corner exit, your foot barely taps. Sometimes one touch shapes an entire story. The hub stays precise, the body breathes quietly, and the short straight doesn't scatter the order. It's as if a hidden thread holds everything. Practicality in the cabin, agility on the road, calm between them. You feel the second voice testing attention. Are you wandering or still aligned with the rhythm? The answer returns on the same rails. Entry, inside, exit. Yet one question remains. Where does that push begin? The surface roughens, the tone of the lane grows coarse, but the sequence doesn't kink. For an instant, letters flare in your mind. 2026 Chevy Trailblazer LT, calling softly, not ready to shout. The final sentence is still ahead. The next bend looks tighter than the rest, with little room for error. If the same order holds again, the search is almost over. Don't stop. The clearest mark usually appears just beyond the last sharp turn. After the long line, a sudden turn arrives that doesn't feel like a choice. The sequence seems pre-written beneath your hands. Your foot moves with measure, the wheel understands, the lane holds. The behavior that returns exactly each time draws you toward a verdict without speaking it. The exterior tone may change, but the cabin's order remains. The unseen mechanism urges patience. In that waiting, the clue gets sharper. Quiet at entry, fine work inside, short push on exit, again and again. One question stays. Why does calm return immediately after the push? Don't hurry the logic. The final frame will say it without help. A phrase settles across your thoughts. 2026 Trailblazer Review. Because the most useful explanations often arrive a beat late, living longer in memory. Listen to the breathing of the sequence. Note the size of each push. Count the length of each pause. The puzzle misses one piece only. It rests in the next shot. Evening light thins. The surface shifts. The trajectory doesn't. Quiet at entry. A precise correction inside. A short, full exit. What powered this order all along? Say it clearly now. The invisible switch is the move from the 1.2 CVT to the 1.3 turbo with the 9-speed and available AWD. That combination creates the measured impulse, prompt pedal reply, and clean transmission step, reconciling city liveliness with highway patience. The cabin's practicality, rear folding and a fold-flat front seat, a large screen, simple controls, travels with that behavior. Even loaded, the sequence doesn't break. If your routine mixes tight streets, real cargo, and occasional quick passes, this transition is the voice you've been hearing. The picture locks in, the name stays on the frame. 2026 Chevrolet Trailblazer LT. If your days are simpler, the basic setup is fine, but it won't deliver the same measured punch. This is behavior, not numbers. Repetition writes the sentence, and the answer no longer hides. Drop a like, then comment. City driving, highway composure, or cargo practicality? What matters most?